Point Baggers. Today we're going to be working on my 2016 Harley Road Glide CVO Ultra. We're going to be doing a 3-hole oil change. We're going to start the motorcycle just to let it heat up to about 200 degrees. Right now it's sitting at 117 on my dyno jet. All right, guys, we're back now that the bike's sitting at around 220, 219 on the dyno jet. We're gonna go ahead and start the oil change. It's gonna be a 3-hole oil change. So the first one is gonna be back here. It's gonna be the transmission. The second one is gonna be right over here. That is the engine oil. We're gonna do the primary. And the primary is gonna be easy accessible from the left side of the bike. Right underneath the derby cover. It's gonna be right there. Alrighty guys, before we start off with the oil change and the transmission oil change, we're gonna remove the transmission plug, and that is going to be a 3/8. Okay, just remember it is hot. We just ran the engine for a while. And guys, now we're removing the engine oil. Remember, it is hot, so be careful. Don't let it land on your chrome because it will stain it. And set these to the side in a place where they're not gonna get lost or dirty. Alrighty guys, we're gonna start off with the engine oil, and this is gonna be a 5/8 size socket. Alrighty, so we're now gonna go ahead and move over to the transmission plug. There it is. And we're gonna take the plug off and do a quick transition to avoid the floor getting too dirty. All right, there you go. Everything's draining, oil's almost done, transmission's going. Okay, now we're gonna switch over to the primary. Same thing, you'll have to move fairly quick after that plug comes out so you don't make a huge mess. So guys, we're gonna go ahead and move forward to remove the oil filter. The oil filter, mine happens to come with an 11/16 nut on top to be able to remove it easily, but most of these could be removed by hand. If not, they sell tools for them. I also put a little microfiber cloth in my oil funnel to avoid a huge mess. I did loosen it a little bit prior to starting the video, just for time's sake. I use a plastic container underneath to collect any oil that comes out. And we'll let that finish draining, clean up, and just go ahead and fill everything up, and we'll talk about that in a second. Alrighty guys, last thing we're gonna be doing now is removing the derby cover. We have 5 screws. There's a specific pattern to put them back on. To take them off, there's no specific pattern. I will post the pattern on how to put them back on here in the video. Make sure you guys don't lose the washers that come with the screws. It'd be a bad day. All right. you go, 5 screws. We'll keep them right here so we don't lose them. And then we'll go ahead and replace this gasket here in a second. Alright, guys, so for the oil change, I am going to be using AmSoil's the V-Twin oil change kit. This video is not sponsored by AmSoil, but I do love their products. I believe that out of all the oils out there, this one reduces engine noise and transmission noise the most. It's also the best for your motor. Now, my motor has about 89,000 miles. I did rebuild it about 4 or 5 months ago. That was a Safety Harbor Power Sports that did the rebuild. They did a great job. Thank you to Adam out there. AmSoil V-Twin oil change kit. I love it. You know, they send you the 4 quarts, and then the primary and the transmission fluid as well, and the oil filter. Okay. I buy the gasket from Harley. The gasket kit comes with 3 plug rings also, and we're gonna replace that real quick. I used my knife to remove the old one. You can use anything that's sharp or pointy. When you remove the plugs, look for the metal shavings in the magnet. Clean them off, make sure it's good. Mine's are pretty good. This is the first oil change that I've done since I rebuilt the motor. And I do have to say there was not a lot of shavings on the plugs. I'm gonna replace that in there. And all 3 plugs are identical, so they could go back, and you don't have to worry about the order that you took them out in. I'm also gonna remove the old gasket, and we're gonna replace it with the new one from Harley. This is about $15, I think, at the Harley dealerships. I just like to be safe and put new ones in. You don't have to. I always do. AmSoil does send you a little O-ring also with their filter kit. Again, I will be using the AmSoil V-Twin 100% synthetic 20W50, the V-Twin synthetic primary fluid, and the V-Twin synthetic transmission fluid from AmSoil. One of the primary reasons why I'm doing this oil change, although I did already hit about 3,500 miles, is because I'm going to be going to Sturgis in the next couple weeks, and I want to have fresh oil on my way up. Alrighty, guys, we're gonna go ahead and put back the drain plugs for the primary, for the transmission, and for the engine oil. I do like to start them off with the hand tight. Make sure we don't thread anything. That's the transmission. I will tell you to just make sure you're using common sense when you're tightening it. I'll put in the specs for the torque. My torque wrench is not digital, it is a regular dial one, but it's currently broken and I have to order a new one. So I'm just gonna use common sense and not over tighten it. But I do believe that Harley calls for 20 to 30 foot-pounds. But we'll put that all in the description. Again, just use common sense when tightening things. Do not thread or strip or break anything. And we're gonna do the primary last on the other side. Thing, tighten it. It's just not too tight to where you're gonna break it. Alrighty, now that we filled up the oil filter canister about halfway up, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna hand tighten everything. You're gonna go about until it's snug, and then you go about half a turn more or so. You don't over tighten this, there's no need for it. Okay, there's pretty good. Let's just go to the more, good to go. All right, perfect. All right guys, we're gonna go ahead and move forward to the primary. They do sell a specific funnel for the primary. Now I've seen videos of other guys doing it where they just put the bottle against the primary seal. I have the funnel, so why not use it, you know? And it should take about a quart. Just go slow, make sure not to get any on the outside. Now for the primary, just line it up. I'm gonna put everything in a star pattern. Okay, do the first one. Okay, now the first one's in. We'll put the rest of them in with a T27. Again, we are going to go in a star pattern. Harley calls for 85 to 115 inch pounds, not foot pounds. Make sure that if you're going to use a torque wrench, you're doing the right spec. Now again, my torque wrench is not currently working, so we're gonna go ahead and do this by hand with a regular ratchet, using common sense. Last one. And then we'll just go over one more time to make sure everything is set. Alrighty. We'll go ahead and move forward to fitting the transmission and the oil. For the oil change, we're gonna do the transmission oil. Don't get the holes confused. The transmission oil is the smaller of the two holes on the right side of the bike. And again, we're using AMSOIL's synthetic V-twin transmission oil. Just nice and slow pour. This is also gonna take about a quart. Alrighty. Cool. Let's cover that. And then we're gonna go ahead. I went ahead and I cleaned the funnel that we use for the transmission oil. So we use it for the engine oil as well. This V-twin is gonna take 4 quarts. Same thing, we're just gonna go Nice and slow, make sure there's no spillage. Last one. Alright guys, let's go. Alright, well, we got that finished. Drain into the funnel to clear out a little bit. We're gonna go ahead and just tighten the transmission. Remember, the transmission is using a 3/8 hex. We're gonna just tighten it a little bit. You don't have to over tighten this. Okay, just like that. There. Now we'll go ahead and clear out this funnel out the way completely. Perfect. Go ahead and put this back in here too. Motor heat up again to about 200 just to check the levels on the oil, and we'll be good to go. Got the bike up to 200 Fahrenheit. I'm gonna just remove this real quick. I'm gonna just be careful because it is hot as shit. Careful not to spill anything. And the bike is upright right now. So, all right, we are looking good on the Jiffy stand and upright. Good stuff. I'll go back and hand tighten that. There you have it. Did a 3-hole oil change on the 2016 Harley Road Glide. Hopefully you guys find this video informative. Please follow me and like. I promise you I will be posting more videos of doing maintenance on the bike. Next I'm gonna do the air filter and a couple other things coming up in the next couple weeks. Again, thank you guys for your support.